GSL. GSL Season 3.
All right, guys, we're going to go to a quick interview here.
진행되고 있는 2014 GSL 시즌 3 코데스 결승전 조금 전에 1세트가 끝났는데요.
Welcome to the GSL finals. We're broadcasting all over the world.
자, 이신영
Sue
선수와
has won
어윤수
set
선수가
number 1.
팽팽하게 맞서고 있죠. 이 2세트가 시작하기 전에 이 두 선수의 가족
And
그리고
before we start the
친척분들을
second set,
만나보도록 하겠습니다. 가장 먼저
let's
어윤수
meet
선수의
friends and
친척
family of the
동생이
players.
찾아왔는데요. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
So this is Sue's
네.
relative. He says
자,
hello.
현재 이 어윤수 선수가 1세트를 이기고 있네요. 자, 현재 많이
So
긴장될
your
것
brother
같은데
won the
본인도
first set.
떨리나요?
많이 떨리죠.
Are you nervous for him?
그래도 이번에
He says, yeah, I'm
4회
really
연속
nervous for him.
우승 진출해서 조금의 여유가 느껴졌거든요. 이번에는 이길 수 있을 것 같으세요?
But he is a
형이
four-time back-to-back finalist. He doesn't seem nervous.
어,
Do you think he's going to win
자기가
tonight?
이제 떨어질 때쯤이라 생각하시는데 저는 이번에 우승할 때라 생각하거든요. 이번에 우승할 것 같아요.
와, 정말
When
힘이
he was
많이
in the
될 것
round of 8,
같은데
he was actually
어윤수
saying he
선수
thought he was going to get
잘해서요?
eliminated. But since he's here in the finals, I think he's going to win tonight.
평상시에 많이 친하게 지내는지
She asked if he's a good brother. He said yes.
오늘 애정을 듬뿍 담아서 힘차게 한번 응원 메시지를 보내줄까요?
형 이번엔
Any support to him?
이기고 나 맛있는 것 좀
Says
사줘.
Hyung, which means older brother in Korean. You're like an older
네,
brother. I mean,
이렇게
you're a great
어윤수
older brother to
선수의
me.
사촌
You're going to be the
동생을
champion.
만나봤는데요. 자,
After you win, take me out for a
신영
delicious meal.
선수가 7남매로 알려져 있죠. 여기서 5번째 동생과 또 막내 동생이 찾아왔습니다.
So innovation is from a family of 7 brothers and sisters.
안녕하세요.
And I believe this is his sister. Oh,
네,
and I
먼저
believe that's his brother.
자기소개를 들어봐야 될 것 같아요. 자,
She
이름과
says, you
나이가
guys look
어떻게
great. Thank you
되나요?
so much for coming down.
16살 이하영입니다.
와, 정말 예쁜 하영 양이 나와주셨고요.
She asked, how old are you? And she said,
몇 살이에요?
I'm 6 years old and my name is Ihai Young. And she says, how old are you?
합니다. 정말
I'm
귀여운
10 years old.
찾아와 주셨는데요. 이신영 선수가 참 오랜만에
And I didn't catch
결승에
the name.
올라왔어요. 가족으로서 뿌듯한가요?
So your brother made it to the finals a year and a half ago. Are you proud of him?
한영 군은 어때요?
She says
오빠
yes.
멋있어요?
네.
자, 오늘
And they both agree. They both agree that he's
이신영
great.
선수처럼 과묵한데요. 자, 이신영 선수가 현재 한 세트는 좀 밀리고 있는데 오늘 이길 것
Just like
같아요.
innovation, siblings are a bit
이제
quiet.
한 4대2 정도 이길 것 같아요.
He lost the
이신영
first
선수
set. Do you think he can win the
평소에
next
성격은
set?
어떤지 궁금한데
She said yes.
과묵한가요? 아니면 잘 놀아주나요?
좀 엉뚱하고
What kind of brother is innovation?
잘
Or Sue?
놀아주고 그러네요.
자, 오늘의 스코어를 예상해
She says he's a
볼까요?
great
우리
brother.
한영 군이 보기에는 오늘 몇 대 몇으로 이길 것 같아요?
4대2요.
오, 그럼 앞으로 계속 이기겠네요.
She asked
자,
what
우리
the score is going to be.
칠남매를 대표해서
Says 4-2.
응원 메시지를 보내보도록 하겠습니다. 자, 먼저 우리 여동생이 먼저 메시지 보내줄까요?
오빠
Any message to your
긴장하지
brother?
말고 꼭 우승해야 돼.
자, 우리 한영
Good luck,
군의
innovation. Don't be
응원도
nervous.
힘차게
You
들어보도록
must win.
하겠습니다.
오늘 꼭 우승해야 돼. 파이팅.
네, 이렇게
Hey, you
두
win the finals.
동생의
Go be a
응원까지
champion.
들어봤습니다. 자, 오늘 이렇게 인터뷰를 나눠봤고요. 오늘 결승전 계속해서 즐기시길 바랄게요.
Okay, that does it for the interview.
자, 이렇게 이 두 분을 만나봤는데요. 이어서 오늘 결승전 이벤트와 함께
Anyways, let's talk about the events.
That's right. We have drawings after the matches like we told you guys. Stick around. You can win movie tickets. And you can win SKT1 jerseys and Asus Pro Gamer boards, USBs, mouse pads, all sorts of great stuff.
So you can participate even more if you're here at the studio,
That's right.
guys. We have online events as well, but come down here.
Asus's first
entry's
feature
free.
film.
That's me right over there. That's in my bat form. That's what I use when the subway's too busy to ride home.
All right, and of course, guys, we do have one more tournament this year.
Surprise!
It's going to be the Hot 6 Cup. Of course, we've had something like this at the end of most years, so we'll definitely announce more about it coming up. And as you can see, the tournament already ridiculously stacked. Look at this. The winners and runners-up of the season 1 through 3.
My God.
And
That's Sue, classic innovation.
Sue has most of the spots in this tournament,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
That's true.
So we're going to be voting in some more players as well. It's going to be amazing. That's a lineup of players you don't want to miss.
We are almost ready for game number 2 now. If you're just now tuning in, this is a 1-0 lead right now for Sue. Got a very international audience here tonight.
That's right. A lot of Blizzard people here. A lot of everybody, man.
Everybody's down here. And everybody at home is watching, as this is probably going to be the best GSL Codex Finals to date. I mean, you couldn't ask for 2 more interesting players. And it looks like
What
now it's
about
time-
rain?
I'm sorry, Ertosis. You were wrong again. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
The map that we're going to now for game number 2 is going to be Nimbus.
All right. You know, this is another map where Terran is really going to like it. Try taking a 4th base as Zerg. I dare you. It's so far away. It's so hard to get your creep up there. And your back natural is so droppable. It's actually insane. So it could be a hard map for Sue. We could see him go for another aggressive opener. Not so sure about Innovation. He's got to react quickly if he finds out something like that. Otherwise, if it's a macro game, he should be favored.
And game number 2 is now loaded up as we are here in the final GSL Codex Finals of the year with Innovation against Sue. In the bottom left, in the red, losing that first game, he needs to start to turn this series around. He is.
SK Telecom T1 Innovation.
He doesn't look too nervous to me, to be honest.
No, he does not.
Doesn't even need to use his mouse hand.
Yeah. In the bottom right, in the blue, winning that first game and his 4th time in the GSL Finals.
SK Telecom T1 Sue.
Focused as always. Breathing in that first victory.
Breathing like all good players do.
Yeah, most players like to breathe during their games.
When I was a pro gamer, one of my biggest problems was I try to hold my breath for most of the match and usually pass out. So
Yeah, the only player that can make Codes that can do that is Samsung Shine because he cheeses every game.
So we have the Overlord going in the correct direction, and Zerg's going to make the hatchery and that backyard expansion, I guess you could say.
That's right, the backyard, backdoor, whatever you want to call it. But that's the expansion that can be very droppable. If you look at the way that this map is shaped, to drop that back base is just so easy. No innovation for this finals. Well, I mean, innovation's in this final. Guy in the crowd, just to let you know. But yeah, if you look at the spots that these guys have, I was already saying this is a little bit favored towards innovation, but I would say even more so now because the 3rd base that innovation will take is to the right there if you look at the mini-map, and that is so close within drop range of this back base of Sue, and they're kind of showing that right now. There's so much dead airspace. Like, he's going to have to do something like make a spore colony ring or something. I'm not even that or get aggressive. You know, it's really, really hard to defend against that. And then on top of that, try to take a 4th base, which is going to be really far away. In this case, probably that middle base on the right-hand side, like the 3 o'clock. Is that Infeza?
Is that Infeza?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
It's a famous observer, Infeza.
Infeza, I brought my mouse pad. Sign my mouse pad. Okay, so we have a very tough spot here for the Zerg.
Yeah. So, but, you know, Sue showed some, shall I say, innovation in the last game, going for a Roach Baneling attack, you know, on a map that generally is considered a little bit Terran favored. Because of the way that drops can work there. Like, we did see innovation, despite taking that much damage, still making a hard time of things for Sue, utilizing the medevacs going up and down and making Lings and Banes less powerful. So, you know, Sue, the sky's the limit with this guy. He could come up with a strategy that just works out fine here.
Damn, nice catch there. I didn't think it was going to go quite like that.
No. You
But
never
yeah, he
do.
completely trapped that SCV, killed it.
When that happens, your SCV like just doesn't really turn. Every time that happens, you're like, no! So
This
frustrating.
is a very bad start.
No.
Here are teammates, the 2 players.
Classic and
Classic.
Dark there. Waiting in the studio, watching on their teammates. Of course, pretty much the entire SK T1 team is here today. In fact, the entire team, I do believe.
We have the 3rd command center now starting. The factory add-on is nearing completion. The reactor is now done.
So, you know,
Now, you know, here's a thought.
Yeah.
As we do have a little bit of downtime here. as we're letting these players build up. Since Sue fundamentally is in a position that's difficult against Terran because of that, the Terran's ability to drop that that back base for Sue, and also the lack of a accessible fourth base for Zerg.
Yeah.
Do you think Sue should just do some kind of cheese here? I mean, should he just try to end this very quickly? If going into the late game is not an option, how about trying to avoid the late game entirely?
Yeah.
And doing something, a quick sucker punch move, sort of like we saw happen in the last game. I mean, he just dove in there.
I'm with you on it, Tasis. I think that's what he should do. He is getting a Roach Horn, which may point towards that, especially with these extra gases being taken.
It won't be the easiest thing to do because of the ramp here, and it's walled in, and there's rocks there. But I just can't see in a late game Sue beating Innovation based off these positions.
I completely agree with you on this, Tasis. I think that we should see him do something different, something aggressive, because if he tries to play his standard style, it could be very tough to actually go toe-to-toe against Innovation. It'd be tough on a regular map. So this one that's already a little bit Terran favor, a little bit hard for Zerg, it makes sense for him to get aggressive. We don't see a Baneling Nest, just 10 roaches. So we'll see if he wants to add on more.
Yep, there it is, Baneling Nest. He's doing the same build that he did in the last game. Guys, I like this from Sue because I don't think Sue is going to last long in a macro game here. Also note, Innovation is landing. Oh, you only saw 3. Well, I guess he probably knows his point time, what's going on. We saw the command center actually landing over there at the third base, which means this, Baneling Roach attack could completely wreck.
It could, but
Innovation here.
When he sees it coming, he can go up his ramp. So that's what we should end up seeing here. I believe that he sees the Baneling Nest making. So we see a lot of bunkers started up. He actually does get inside. That's kind of like a thin little area to have to go through. We do have some weak buildings there, but I think they're going to be ready in time based on how slowly these Banelings are morphing.
Okay, the first bunker is done. Again, this attack much harder to pull off than what we saw in the first game. Okay, so he takes a little peek up there. SCV's being pulled.
Look at this. He's adding on another layer of wall. Okay, the Banelings do start hit. They take down this first bunker. Or they're about to take down this first bunker. Taking down that supply depot. They push forward. Still 3 more bunkers and a lot of Hellions microing back right now.
Well, he does actually have really good connections with the Banelings. Are you kidding me? Okay, I actually didn't think it was going to be this effective, but he got all the way up there. The Lings and Roaches are now tearing apart the SCVs.
Oh, man.
Actually, I think that's it. I mean, he's right on top of production. That's how Terran loses.
Well, this looks exactly like what we saw before. He's down to 21 SCVs right now, but actually taking even more damage than the previous game.
The funny part, too, is that unlike game number 1, he broke into the second base and then got into the main. Since he had to go into the main first before he could even touch the second base, he gets to sit right here on production. Anything from Terran that pops out dies. Yes, there are Widow Mines there, but SCVs are dying much quicker than Widow Mines are taking out Zerg units.
That's right, and this is 2 successful cheeses in a row by Sue. Innovation cannot be happy with this. This is like a really quick win. There's nothing Innovation can even do. He's just scanning around right now to try to figure out, okay, this is what's going on.
He's processing the loss, trying to figure out what he needs to change for the next game. GG, Sue is that much closer to possibly, finally being a GSL champion.
I don't know why he does this to himself, Tasteless. Every win he takes is going to make it that much harder when Innovation comes back and kills him. You know what's funny about this match so far? I think he was studying, and he's like, okay, how do I kill Innovation here? So he went back to over a year ago and looked at Sulky's match against Innovation. He said, how did you do it? How did you do it? And back then, Hellbats were broken. So Sulky went Roach Bane a whole lot. And here we have Sue doing the same.
Innovation obviously frustrated after both the 2 games starting like that. Think about it. Innovation is such a macro player. He's so well known for his pushes that just don't end, being able to drop all over the place and harass. Sue is not even letting Innovation get to the point where he shines.
Sue is definitely choosing strategies well.
What's that? And just ends it immediately.
Yeah. The late game for him is when the Banelings finish morphing.
I gotta say, I did not think that he was going to be able to break the Terran as effectively as he did there. We had 5 bunkers done.
Yeah, he did the break a lot better than I thought.
We had some of the units actually leapfrogging back into the bunkers on the left side.
Yeah, I mean, Innovation had the right setup. I think he mistargeted his Widow Mines a little bit. They hit the front of the attack, which hit his SCVs and units as well, whereas he should have targeted Banelings. But other than that, I felt like he had a good amount of bunkers up. So definitely this has to be heartbreaking for him. Those are 2 maps that he start out on that should be reasonable for him to win on, and he's lost on both.
Well, take a look here. We have map number 3 as King Sage on station. Now, I think if there is a map that Innovation can win on, despite those last 2 games, I would say this is the map.
Okay, well, we'll see if he can do it here. It hasn't worked anywhere else. I think we're going to see more normal play out of Sue this game.
I agree.
He can't just keep going Roach Bane every game. Can't do that.
Sue right now on a roll. I mean, when you're in, first to, let's say, best of 7 here, having a lead like this is going to help a lot. It gives them a lot more wiggle room. Anyways, that game's now loaded up. So let's get ready for Innovation against Sue in this